Hello everybody, welcome to Ask JP. Today's question is Gaurav from Pune, Maharashtra, but he is studying public policy in Azim Premji University. Gaurav, please go ahead.
Hello sir, Gaurav this side from Azim Premji University. I had a question regarding riverfront development projects in India. So these involve significant amount of concretization, and basically these reduce the carrying capacity of these rivers, and then this leads to flooding, which adds to the existing problem of urban flooding. The concretization also reduces the groundwater recharge capacities. So, I would like to understand, why is the government promoting such sort of riverfront development projects? I understand there is an incentive for the urban local bodies in improving this sort of infrastructure, because they get the revenue from the additional land which is concretized as of now. But then at the cost of what? Is it at the cost of the urban flooding, the biodiversity losses, the issues with the ecological and environmental flows of the river? What is it? Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Gaurav. Gaurav, lovely bird chirping, in the background, very pleasant to hear. Gaurav is obviously concerned, like many of us, about the environment, about groundwater recharging, and so on and so forth. It's true, in urban management today, there's enormous flooding because of bad management of the cities. But I'm not sure if preventing the riverfront development in big cities or urban areas is necessary or is a solution. The problems in general in river management are real. If you deforest the area or if you concrete the area across the board, obviously there is no time for the water to sink in, and therefore the moment there is rainfall, there is flooding. Flooding becomes much more likely. Then erosion of soil also takes place with heavy flooding. And biodiversity may be affected. But you're talking about only the small course of a river, a short course of a river in a city or a town, in a whole catchment area. The area you're talking about is minuscule in the larger picture. And the benefits probably far outweigh the costs. Not only the land and the land value. Look at the water sports or the entertainment or leisure industry. Because wherever you go in the world, without a water body, leisure industry, tourism, entertainment will not really thrive. And even within the city, forgetting tourism, for people to have lovely places. Look at the world. We are not alone in the world. Seine River, if you see the pictures about 100 years ago, photography was available even then, 100, 120 years ago, it was terrible. It was full of slush and mud and filthy, and mosquitoes and insects and rodents were common. What did they do? They trained the river. Today, anybody who walks on the banks of Seine River enjoys it immensely. It's one of the greatest attractions. By training the river, you're actually improving the flows, reducing the flooding, and you're also using it for river transport. Same thing is the case with the Thames River in London. Or you think of Danube. Across many countries in Europe it flows. Or even the Potomac in Washington, D.C. During Lincoln's time, the literature shows how the president and many other cabinet ministers, others, they suffered from the fetid odor emerging from this terrible swamp called Potomac River. By training the river, you actually improved the quality of life. And the problems that we mentioned are generic problems if you completely remove the catchment area. If you remove the forest cover, if you remove the topsoil, and if you concretize it. But again, let me repeat, in the large picture of the total catchment area of a river, the riverfront development occupies only a very, very small, tiny proportion. And the benefits far outweigh the costs or the difficulties. And water recharging, you don't have to worry about the riverfront. The rest of the city, you can recharge. In the apartments where this office is located, we have taken up water recharging. Now, Musi is a river flowing through Hyderabad. You don't have to wait for the water to go up to Musi for groundwater recharging. Everywhere in a decentralized manner, in each colony, in each apartment complex, if you appropriately take the steps, you can recharge it and aquifers are filled. So I think while the generic problem stated by Gaurav are real, there is no need for conflict between riverfront development for a lot of commercial, entertainment, leisure, and tourism purposes versus protecting the nature. World over, we have umpteen examples. They're protecting nature, they're also enjoying the beautiful watercourses. I think we need to do that too in India.